Hey, good afternoon. Thank God it's Friday. I'm grateful that I'm able to be here and continue my podcast. I hope everybody's having a good Friday. Um, I am. I'm grateful to be part of the greatest community on earth. I'm a 8-figure, multi-million dollar money-making magnet manifesting magical miracles. I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna say that a lot quicker and better though. I love my new friends, the Lim Lim sisters. Uh, they're amazing. They got me saying that. That's their little jingle, but I love it, and I'm gonna say it every day because I'm gonna manifest that. I want to be an 8-figure money making, uh, 8-figure multi-million dollar money making magnet manifesting magical miracles. uh, so Sanari and Lynn, they're both amazing SUBTO students, visionary integrators. They love self storage. They're really so cool. I met them both at the real estate meetup in Tampa, where it was Indian Rocks Beach, the Anecdote Brewery. Every first second Tuesday of the month at the Anecdote Brewery in Indian Rocks Beach in Tampa. If you're a SUBTO student, if you're a real estate investor, private money lender, fix and flipper, please come to the meetup. We're going to be there every second Tuesday of the month. So Felicia Carter hosts it, and David Braun, and oh shit, I forgot the other guy's name. But I hope everybody's having a great day today. Today I'm going to work on looking at the camera instead of looking at myself as I always do, because I'm always like looking down there. So it's a see, I'm looking at the camera at myself, looking at the camera, self camera. The comments are over here, so I do have to look at the comments once in a while. So I hope everybody's having a great day. This is Larry the Lion. I'm Larry the Lion, and this is my podcast. Welcome. I want to talk about being grateful to begin with. Start off with an attitude of gratitude. I want to thank God, thank Jesus that I'm able to be here. I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to be part of the greatest community on earth. I wouldn't be able to be sitting here if I wasn't. In the emergency situation that I had Wednesday night when the succubus, if you look up the definition of succubus, the technical difficulties. Well, I'm having technical difficulties. Let me try this other camera. All right, I think I got it. Hopefully, got it. Yeah, so for some reason, it keeps on shutting off. Maybe it's because I had to throw all my stuff into my. I did like literally haphazardly throw everything I could, fast as I could, into whatever bags I could to get out of that place. So she was ripping apart my wires, and she went for my computer. She took the camera off that I got from Walmart in Mexico, not Walmart, Amazon. And I hope she didn't damage it because it keeps on flashing out on me every now and then. She tore up my iPhone. She literally broke my iPhone cord. I had the pod, but I had to go buy another cord at the T-Mobile store, which was luckily across from the hotel I'm staying at, which some other SUBTO students and some other people that were on my podcast have helped me to stay here. So I'm so grateful and gratitude for those people. I'm grateful that I'm part of the greatest community on earth, and thank you, Pace Morby, for being a community builder. I seen a video with him and Dustin Reyna was making it when he was outside of the Growth Summit with Brent Daniels, TTP. He said, "Don't call me a mentor. I'm not your mentor. I'm a community builder." And he built the greatest community on earth. I mean, so many amazing people. And through that community that he built, I found two of the most wonderful girls I've ever met. Scenario Lim and Lin Lim Lim. It sounds weird saying both that together, but I have a future roommate, a future best friend, hopefully future business partners that we're going to build an empire with. They're both integrators and visionaries, which I needed integration. I need an integrator so bad for what I'm doing. I'm not an integrator. I'm not. I'm a visionary. I'm a direct to agent. Those are my two right now. That's my avatars. I am also a connector as well. I'm going to speak about connecting people too, and the importance of contracts and agreements. Because a lot of people reach out to me for help now because of my podcast, because of what I've been doing, because I'm so active in the creative financing group, reaching out to people, helping people, trying to get their deals across the finish line. I have 2 properties in Augusta, Georgia. I'm trying to dispo right now. If anybody's buying in Georgia, or they're single family homes, they're great. We need to get them across the finish line. So I really could use the help. If anybody can help me dispo that, please DM me or call me directly, 702-675-1317. They're two great guys, Deshaun and Damien. Neither of them are sub-2 students, but they're really cool. I could really use the the money that I would receive from connecting those people. Connecting is a great way to get your feet wet if you're a new student or are new to real estate investing and you're having trouble getting a deal. Connect them with a buyer, but that's it's really easy to get paid on those. Nothing's easy in what we do in this entrepreneur life, but those are a great way to get to know other people, find other people, and reach out. Hey, Nicole, good afternoon, good morning, afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at on earth. But connecting is a good way to get to know people, to make new friends, because you're reaching out, you're connecting with that person, and you're going to connect them with a buyer. Maybe you might know some hard money lenders or a private money lender that can help them. Maybe they might need EMD, and you can connect with a gator to get them paid, or maybe you are a gator, but you help them with the EMD, but also find them a buyer. So connecting is a great way to start in this business. If you got no money, like me, if you got no skills yet, or if you got shiny object syndrome, connecting is a great way to get some cash in your pocket, help somebody cross the finish line, create new lasting relationships, and meet other people in the community. So being a connector has a lot of value. You're going to bring a lot of value, and you're going to meet a lot of people and connect with those and build relationships. So I want to talk about, I'm grateful for the opportunity to have that. If I get those 2 across the finish line, that the first one will be either a 3-way or 4-way split, depending, you connect with the buyer, or if you're connecting with a 4th person, you don't want to daisy chain it. But you do want to get a JV agreement with each person. So that's really important, because I've come across a couple situations. I'm not going to name names, but JV agreement saves arguments later, saves accusations. Unfortunately, I was very emotional yesterday, and kind of ended a friendship with 2 people that connected, but I didn't get any agreements in place, and it created a level of mistrust for me, because I'm too emotional sometimes, and I speak before thinking sometimes, and unfortunately I did that, and I'm sorry to both those people. I was in a really emotional state from what happened Wednesday night. I hadn't slept. My CPAP machine was broken, and I need that because of that sleep apnea. Two things: you can't sleep, and you possibly can die from that. People die all the time from sleep apnea. So I didn't sleep, and I made an accusation that I was wrong about, but they also weren't communicating properly either. So there was mistakes made on both sides of that. It's almost the afternoon. What was that? I'm missing something about the connector role. Definitely need to streamline somehow. Yeah, JV up agreements up front. They are essential to, because Pace made a post in the SUBTO private Facebook group, because a lot of people have been complaining about lending money, people's money, and agreements falling through, in lack of communication, like Nicole's saying, lack of communication, and then there's accusations made, people are posting, things are saying, or all that. Now, I didn't post anything about these two people. I didn't tell anybody else about it, and I'm telling you about it without naming names. But they accused me of, because I'm a sub 2 student, and they said I'm abusing my power because I said it. Look, I felt like I was cut out of the deal. I connected a wholesaler with a buyer, and now they're doing stuff together, and I felt left out, like I got cut out. And the properties that I shared with that buyer and the wholesaler was not the ones that they said the contract fell out of. So they were saying they were going to report me to the Pace Morby team for being a substitute student, because I said, look, I feel like, if I find out, I feel like I'm going to have to share that, the lack of communication on my part, their part, and my fault. I'm the ones at fault for not getting a JV agreement. So that was my bad. And that's a learning experience. Was a whole learning experience, which will prevent it ever happening in the future. And hopefully, with me sharing with you, it'll prevent you from losing two friends. I lost two friends, and it sucks. But they didn't communicate properly. Nobody was returning my messages or phone calls for days and days and days. One person had a personal issue. The other person said she's very busy. But still, I expected some reciprocation, and maybe I over expected, and mistakes were made on both sides, and I want to apologize to them. But maybe the damage is irreparable, and so be it. If it is, it is. It isn't. But I'm sorry. But I take responsibility for not getting the JV agreement. I take responsibility for not setting proper expectations. And that's very important as a connector. You set the proper expectations. You make sure you have a contract in place. Just like with the succubus that I was living with, I didn't get her. Didn't force her to sign an agreement, but I did get her to sign a receipt for the monies paid to her, which she was trying to extort more money out of me, because she was listening always when my door was closed. And she heard that I was going to get $10,000 or $20,000 with Cody and Sam on my first deal that's in escrow. So she thought she could extort me for a unpaid electric bill, and she was charging me for water that was already included in the rent, in addition to the $750 I gave her each month, March and this month. So again, my fault for not getting things signed and documented properly. Because if you have a lease agreement, it's more powerful than just a receipt. Still, I do have a receipt with her signature for the amount paid, for what they were paid, for the bills, or the bills that were said but they actually weren't worth. So you want to make sure you have the proper expectations, and you have the proper communication with people. And you want to make sure you have a joint venture agreement, some kind of agreement. Hey, you're representing me on these properties. You're the wholesaler. I'm gonna share this with my buyer. Don't connect your buyer personally to your wholesaler with the buyer, because they'll form a relationship of their own and cut you out of the deal and any future connections. That's another lesson there. So a lot of lessons learned. Like Pace says, go out, make mistakes, fail forward, fail faster, learn from those, and then give it away. I'm giving it away now. I'm giving away what I learned, my mistakes. Hopefully it will help you to avoid those in the future, because it's very important. That's one, I lost any potential income out of it. Two, I've lost two friends now because of it, because of my mistake. I didn't set the proper expectations. I didn't get a JV agreement. It's my fault, and I accept responsibility. And again, I'm sorry. So I hope everybody learned something from that today. It is very valuable. So let's talk about some gratitude now. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the SUBTO community that so many great people are helping me with my situation. Talk to you later, Facebook user. I think that's Sherry Webb Fitzgerald. Succubus. Succulent is actually a little desert flower, which I had a bunch of those when I lived in Las Vegas. They're really amazing. There's like thousands of varieties of them. They're incredible. They're little different colors, different shapes. Succulents are really cool. Succubus. So here, hey Siri, definition of a succubus.
Which word? SUCCUBOUS. Succubus.
Did you hear that? It was sorry, it got cut off there. Succubus is a female demon believed to have sexual intercourse with sleeping men. So she was the pure definition of a succubus. She was a female demon. If you looked at the video, yeah, thanks. I'm sorry, Nicole, but the 2 months or month and a half I was there, she brought home 8 different. I don't know what keeps happening with my audio and stuff. Let me check my. It says my connection is very good. So we're having technical difficulties today. I don't know why. It's probably maybe she damaged my equipment when she was tearing things about. The female demon. If you look at the video, I can show it to you guys here. I'll show it to you again because it's freaking horrible. You want to see a demon? This demon, she was literally possessed. Her eyes did not look human to me when it was happening, and I was really emotional yesterday when I shared that yesterday. I'm not gonna cry today, but I was still freaking hurting. She was a demon, literally a demon. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me make sure I'm connected to the right way. All my other applications. Give me 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm restarting my browser. All right, sorry about that. Damn. Hopefully that solved the problems. StreamYard was saying. This without the camera. So um, apparently it's something to do with the cameras and maybe the stream. Maybe I need to place my Wi-Fi by the window because I'm getting a low signal on the StreamYard. It's unstable. Like it's saying my connection is unstable. Try plugging into the router. So there's some kind of stability issue. It could be the local area somewhere like that. But yeah, so Diana, just to make sure, yeah, when you connect with a SUBTO student or anyone else, you should get an agreement signed before you do anything. So if you're going to connect to them to a buyer, or you're going to find a buyer for them or a private money lender, and it's your private money lender, your buyer, make sure you have an agreement signed with them. You know, don't just introduce them and let them make a connection, because what is the wholesaler, you know, especially if you don't need that wholesale, don't know the wholesaler, or you could get cut out of the deal. So unfortunately, it looks like this problem. I'm gonna try and keep this going, but it looks like I'm gonna keep continuing having technical difficulties today here. Maybe not. Maybe it just stabilized. I'm gonna I wanted to keep going. I'm gonna restart the whole computer. It's gonna it just keeps cutting out. Have a great day, guys.